Hi everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, of course, you know me, I cannot gatekeep. I have to invite everybody in because this is the best community on these internet streets and I have no intentions of gatekeeping on that. So listen, if you've been hanging around, you've been in the comments having a good time, been listening to the podcast for a while, and you still hadn't subscribed, come on and be part of this. All you got to do is go down in your settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit the notification bell too, so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the bees, that algorithm. I'm doing better, y'all. I'm doing better, but it's still dragging me, I must admit. Also, I just want to absolutely give a big hug and a big thank you to all the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all are doing a great job. Please keep it up because it really helps. Also, over in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting this channel to grow, to improve, to continue. And I'll be so happy, so grateful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, look around somewhere down there is the super thanks button, and all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we do have one shout out, and that one is my girl. I just don't even know what to say about Eulette. Eulette is so wonderful. She's so kind. She's so faithful. I can use just hundreds of adjectives to describe her. She is just a ride or die. And I'm so thankful. So thankful for her. So thank you, Eulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here and being a part of this community. It is everything. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. Y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to my girl, Eulette. She is everything, and I am so blessed to have her as a part of this community. So thank you, Eulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for your faithfulness, and thank you for coming through. All right, y'all, with all that said, y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, that's where I have been. And listen, it is some interesting things going on. It really is. Y'all know that Meghan had that product drop. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the trial that's still going on with the claimants versus the Daily Fail. And I said claimants because they always try to say, yes, Prince Harry, but it's a lot of people, and more people are starting to testify, and more people are starting to submit statements. They are witness statements, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about how Camilla and Kitty Cat's feud has spilled over into the public. Yes, and it is an article, and I'm telling you, it is smoking hot, and we're going to talk about that as well. And we got some other little things. Y'all know I always got some little tidbits to talk about. And so y'all just buckle up. We're not going to be long, but we will be entertaining. All right, so yes, let's get started, and I'm going to put this up. And as you can see, it's here. Yes, this squatty posted about Meghan's product drop and said, it's here. The Valentine's Day collection is available now at asever.com. And look at the packaging. Is it not beautiful? It says, say I love you with something sweet. I love it. I love the whole way that Meghan is presenting this. And what she is presenting is this. You can now buy the strawberry spread as an individual purchase, or you can buy it in a three grouping, or you can buy it in the collector's packaging. Yes, and it is so cute. And also, another surprise was that the raspberry spread is back in stock. It is. So, yes, this is what Meghan had in store for us today. And y'all know, if you know anything about me and if you have listened to the podcast, you know this has been one of my wishes, that we could get the strawberry spread as an individual item. And she did exactly that. And you know what? I went and nabbed the 3-pack. I did. And I'm hoping that it comes just as she presented it with the red ribbon. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm hoping that it will, because it is so pretty. It is. And if it doesn't come with a red ribbon, I have some red ribbon left over from Christmas and I'm tying mine up. Yes, I am. It's all about the aesthetics for me. Yes. So, yes, I was on the website and I got mine. And if you're interested in either the strawberry or the raspberry, go on over there to As Ever. Go on over to the website and nab yours as well. Yes. And the squatty that came up under here said, I was so looking forward to chocolate. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be chocolate too. I really did. With Valentine's and everything, I was like, yeah, it's going to be some more chocolate and it's going to have a special packaging. But I still haven't given up on that. I have not, because this is January and we have 2 weeks before. Well, at the end of this month, we still have 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. So it's on the 14th. So, yeah. I'm going to keep hope alive. I'm going to be like Jesse Jackson. I'm going to keep hope alive. But the chocolate, I'm just saying. And I'm gonna put this particular squatty posted the pictures of the new product groupings. And yeah, I got the number 2 special, y'all. I did the 3 strawberry jams. Well, the 3 strawberry spreads. Yes, I cannot wait. I'm gonna make me a sandwich like Chrissy Teigen made for her and John Legend. Y'all remember that? It was before the name changed, before it was changed to As Ever. And it was, I think back then it was American Riviera Orchard. And Meghan had sent all her friends these different jars of her spread. And she made this delicious looking sandwich. It had cream cheese with the spread and bacon. Oh, it looked delicious. That is what I'm going to make with my strawberry spread when he gets here. I'm so excited. And this squatty posted pictures of the drop as well and said, Valentine's shop live on asever.com. Strawberry spread available in singles, trios, and keepsake packaging. Raspberry spread available in singles, trios, and keepsake packaging. Yes, I cannot wait, y'all. I cannot wait for my trio. I can't. And this squatty posted the video that Meghan posted on As Ever Instagram page and said, from Meghan Sussex IG, As Ever's first Valentine's Day collection. And I still believe we'll have a chocolate drop before February 24th, 2026. I really think this squatty might be misspeaking, and she means February the 14th, 2026, on Valentine's Day. I'm thinking that's what she is trying to say. But yes, she posted the video from the As Ever website. As you can see, look how pretty the packaging is. I'm hoping for the red bow. And it says, say I love you with something sweet. Treat yourself and your loved ones to new gift-worthy delights. Yes, I'm loving it, y'all. I am loving it. And I'm going to post this. This is a repost, and this squatty posted more of the products that dropped today and said, let's be honest, Meghan gives the people what they want and then some. Hashtag as ever official. Yes, because we have been asking for the strawberry spread to be sold as a individual item, and Meghan brought it to us today. She did. And not only that, in the trio and in the special edition packaging. Yeah, so I am loving it. And the squatty that reposted this said, hope Meghan earns another 27 million from this launch. Me too. Me too. I hope so. Fingers crossed. And I'm going to switch gears, and I want to talk about this article that this squatty posted about Kate and the horse. And as you can see, the title of the article is Ruthless Kate Reportedly Won't Back Down from Bitter Feud with Territorial Camilla. Their fight has become nuclear. Now, y'all remember, I think it was the first of the year, I think it was the Fail that did this article on Kitty and just said that she was ready to be queen, that, just prop Kitty up to be the second coming. And so then we later got another article that pretty much said, and it was in the Fail as well, that said, no, 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 no. I'm still queen. I'm not dead. And it was Camilla answering back to Kitty, which was predictable. Everybody knew that this is what was going to happen. And also, everybody knows that Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace is not getting along and haven't been getting along for years now. If you've been paying attention, you already know that. So, I am not surprised by any of this. I'm not. But the squatty that posted this said, Kate has no friends because she's always been an attention-seeking mean girl. Now her feud with Camilla is reportedly nuclear, as she thinks Camilla should fall in line and show her the reverence she believes she's owed. Delusion of grandeur. Yes, yes, yes. We know neither her or Willie are short on delusions of grandeur because they are totally deluded. These mediocre individuals really think that they are going to be successful king and queen, dumb as a rock. I throw my head back and cackle at that one. I do, but I'm going to get into this article a little bit, so buckle in. We're not going to read a whole lot of it, but I got to read some of it because it is delicious. And it starts out by saying the relationship between Queen Camilla and Kate Middleton has reportedly not been good for a while. No kidding. No shit, Sherlock. If you've been paying attention, you already know this. It says, and their rumored feud is just another one to add to a list of rumored feuds in the royal family. But what about the queen and the future queen? According to Closer, Kate's been center stage all Christmas and Camilla's been feeling sidelined. She's still reeling from the banquet, feeling Kate's tiara was no accident and highly symbolic. Y'all remember, Kate wore the biggest tiara that she had ever worn before to the German, I think it was to the German state banquet. Yeah, she did that. And to me, this is so silly. These women are silly and so feckless. They really get upset about whose tiara is the biggest. Can you imagine being such empty vessels that something like that matters to you? I cannot, y'all. And here Meghan is on the threshold of having $1 billion company that she has created out of whole cloth. And she is the co-founder of a foundation like Archwell, who is producing all these different kinds of movie projects that might garner her an Oscar. And Kate and the horse are mad at each other about the size of a tiara. I cannot. I'm telling you, these people, these women, how useless are they? I mean, Meghan came over there and showed them up for the mediocres that they are. I mean, this is what they're jockeying about. They're jockeying about the size of tiaras and who is on the front pages of those rags over there. I mean, it is so feckless. It is comical. I can't. Charles and William have not a clue on how to recognize a woman with substance. Because if they did, they wouldn't have chosen the horse and Kitty. Charles and William have no ability, no sense of what a good woman is and what she looks like, at least not one of substance. It is ridiculous how these women are presenting themselves on the world stage. That is the reason why nobody pays them any mind, because they don't have anything worthwhile to say. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put up some of the responses to this squattie's post from the other squatties, and they are hilarious. This squattie said, wow, Charles and Camilla are both being pushed out to pasture. Why are No Work Willie and Kitty Mumbles McBundles not Kitty Mumbles McBundles? No, not that. I'm telling you, I am dying. I am dead. It says, it's such a rush to be king and queen. It's not as if they are ready or willing to do the work that goes with those positions. Just say exactly. What is going on with No Work Willie and Kitty Mumbles McBundles? They know they are not ready to be king and queen, dumb as a rock. I can't with squatties. I just cannot. And this squatty said, in a battle between Camilla and Kitty, here's hoping to a dog fight and that neither witch is left standing. Woo, I swear I can't. Y'all, squatties are just too funny. And this squatty said, just shows up what Meghan went through with both of these mean girls. Where is the lie? Where is it? Meghan went through HE double hockey sticks because it is nothing more insulting to mediocrity than excellence. When you are put in a position where your superior is mediocre and you're excellent, get ready for HE double hockey sticks because you're going to get it because they're threatened. It is threatening to them. But yeah, Meghan went through hell. And it says, good. This one says good. And look at the picture that they posted. It says, fight, 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 fight. Squatties don't care. They don't care because we don't care about either one of these two. We love it. Fight harder, fight more often. That's all I'm saying. Fight, fight, fight. And this squatty said, let them fight these two bitter, toxic rattlesnakes. Woo! I'm telling you, the comment section is giving me life. It is. And the last one, it says the equivalent to The equivalent of two bald men fighting over a comb. Yeah, exactly. It is the equivalent of two bald men fighting over a comb. Neither one can use it. They are both useless. They are. Squatties are hilarious, I'm telling you. And I'll tell you something else funny. Fat Crack, she is mad. Yes, Pie Face Taz is mad because Radar Online, for once in its whole existence, wrote a negative article about Kitty, and the title of the article is Exclusive. Princess Kate on her new mission to freeze William's alleged mistress out of all royal circles. She's still jealous. And I believe this. I do. I believe Kate is very vindictive. Now, I'm not saying she is not justified in being vindictive when it comes to Rose Hanbury, but I am not doubting the fact that she is doing this. I mean, I bet she is doing everything she can because we all know that she is a very, very mean girl. But like I said, I don't blame her for being mean to her husband's mistress, alleged mistress. But, I would also try to garner some dignity and leave. I would. But we all know Kate is not going anywhere. Why? Because she wants the big hat. Kate has been plotting and planning her and her mama since Kate was in her teens. She ran the honeypot. That's why I will never believe that Kate will ever leave William. Now, if this marriage is not to be, it is going to be on William's end, not Kate's. And this is what Fat Crack had to say. I call her Pie Face. She said, "Oh, do shut up. The families are friends. Their children are friends." It was a nasty rumor, and the gutter press ran with it. Women don't tend to go to festivals or spend time with the women their husband cheated on them with. Itty article. Yes, and it's a itty article. And the squatty that posted this said this. According to Fat, is mad. Yeah, she is mad. She don't want to hear that, but she will post all day about Harry and Meghan's marriage. Yeah, she will. And another squatty came up under that and said this. Who will tell her? Camilla and her husband were family friends with Charles and Diana too. It's Queen Camilla we have today. Exactly. Exactly. We know that Camilla's husband, it is said that Camilla's husband would be at parties with Camilla and Charles would be dancing with Camilla, kissing on her. Yeah. And everybody was cool with it. You know why? They value society. They value their position in society way more than any kind of morals and values that they may have. They have none really when it comes to, their positioning in society. And right now, Camilla's husband does work for the crown, and they say that they be together all the time over there at, I forgot the name of her home. But yeah, so they're still together. They be together. Now, the last time I saw him, he didn't look like he could be up to anything. They're just together. That's as much as those two can muster because she's wandering around wondering where she at, and he is on a stick trying not to fall down. Y'all, I got to stop. I got to stop. And I'm gonna put this up. And Richard Maureen Eden is at it again. He had the nerve to post this, and of course the squatties ate him up. He posted this. He said, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding cake maker fights for survival. Read Tuesday's Eden Confidential social diary. Yes, talking about the cake maker that made Harry and Meghan's cake and had the nerve to put the article behind a paywall. And this particular squatty said this. Of course, this lying piece of you know what, Richard Eden, is trying to make money off of Harry and Meghan behind a paywall when this is about a business tax increase that threatens the closing of pubs and other businesses. William thinks he can save the pubs. Is he getting rid of the rate hikes? Exactly. It has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan, but this old cockroach will do anything to put Harry and Meghan's name in a title so he can put it behind a paywall so he can try to make a penny or two, some pocket change, as my grandfather used to say. Yes, this old piece of you know what, like this squatty says, is nothing but a scammer and a grifter. And this squatty came in and put her foot on Richard Maureen Eden's neck. Yes, she did. She landed the fatal lethal blow when it comes to Richard Maureen Eden. She posted the article from the fail that states that if you really want to talk about wedding cake makers, let's talk about the one that the Middletons never paid. Yes, the future queen, dumb as a rock. She did not even pay for her wedding cake. And all I can say to that is that should have been a red flag that these people didn't have no money. They didn't have no money. They was a fake and a fraud, and they ran a scam on dumb Willie. Yes, he fell for the old honeypot and got by one of the dumbest women in the United Kingdom. And that would be Kitty. I mean, do you know how dumb you have to be to get got by someone as dumb as Kitty? Willie is a dummy. They have tried to make the narrative that Harry is the dumb one, but baby, the proof is right there for everyone to see. No, it's Willie. It is Willie. But yes, let's look at this article from the Daily Fail. It says, Queen of Cakes, who made William and Kate's magnificent wedding cake, is among businesses left out of pocket after the Middleton's party pieces went bust with a £2.6 million debts, with the princess's mother, Carol, left deeply embarrassed. Yes. Can you imagine if Meghan never paid her wedding cake maker or paid her dressmaker or anything in that kind of situation when it came to her wedding? Oh, they would run it back to back to back. That would be a story that would haunt Meghan forever. And they would say she was broke. The royal family just absolutely saved her. She was financially strapped. But in actuality, it was not Meghan. Meghan came into that family as a self-made multi-millionaire. And Kate came in with her hat in her hand, begging. And her family came in grifting and pretending like they had something that they did not. It was nothing but smoke and mirrors, that party pieces was. And it came tumbling all the way down. And so many businesses got shafted by the Middletons. And they don't want to talk about it. But that right there is fact. And let's not forget that, yeah, and those businesses was big mad about it. And the squatty that posted it said, from your daily fail, truly. Yes, here you go. If you want to talk about wedding cake makers, let's talk about this one. And this is what some of the squatties had to say about this. This squatty said they are scammers. Where is the lie? They are scammers. They are social climbers. They are the people that they have accused Meghan and her family of being. These people put up all these smoke and mirrors and pretended as if they were wealthy people, wealthy middle class people. And in actuality, we still don't know where they got their money to put up the facade because they kept that facade up for quite a while. Now, I don't know where they got that money, but they definitely was not getting it from party pieces. I don't believe party pieces was ever a successful business or a legit business. My belief. And then this other squatty said, all of the businesses you stiff should be made public. They tried to get the word out by putting up notices and posting them in public, but was then vilified by the royalist worshippers. Y'all remember that? Yes, a lot of these businesses made up flyers and went around Buckleberry, nailed them up on light posts and trees and everywhere that they could. And then James Middleton went around Buckleberry and snatched them all down. Y'all remember that story? Yes. They absolutely posted flyers up saying pretty much like Rihanna, "Itch better have my money." Yes, they wanted their money. And they absolutely managed to beat these people out of all this money. 2.6 million pounds. And that is nothing. I don't know. I can't remember how many millions the Middletons got for COVID relief. They got money for COVID relief as well. And they didn't pay any of that money back. These people are flim flammers. Can you imagine if Doria did something like that? Doria has lived a stellar life, and yet and still she gets accused of all kind of nefarious things like being in jail and whatnot. And she has never done anything to anybody except try to help people, volunteer, be a good person. And these flim flam artists have done nothing but throw up smoke and mirrors and con future king dumb as a rock into marrying their even dumber daughter. And yet and still nothing is being said and nothing is being printed. Now, I don't even know what to say about that. But yeah, and this picture right here to me just says it all. This squatty just posted this meme. Yes, that is the way I feel when I look at all of this and the audacity that these flying monkeys have when they open their mouth and criticize Meghan and her family when you have a future queen coming from a scamming bunch of con artists like the Middletons. And I'm going to put this up. This squatty said, people who still compare Meghan and Kate make me laugh. Before she got married to Harry, Meghan had already talked at the UN. She was one of the leads of an amazing show and had her lifestyle blog, all before Harry. To this day, I don't know if Kate can touch. And to this day, I don't know if Kate can tie her shoelaces along. Woo! And I'm going to put this one up. This is from GB News. And look what it's talking about. It's talking about Meghan and her clothing and how much it costs. Because this is what these people do. They pocket watch Meghan, the one that do not get 1 cent from the taxpayers. So why is GB News pocket watching Meghan? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they don't like the fact that Meghan can afford what she wants. They don't want her to have nice things. They never wanted Harry to have nice things, and they really, really never wanted Meghan to have nice things. And her walking around with an over $3,000 outfit on, it is absolutely insulting to them. It is offensive to them because she shouldn't be able to do that. She should have to go to the local Walmart and pick out an outfit from there. She doesn't deserve designer clothes. And it's crazy to me because if they could afford the same designer clothes, they would be wearing them too. If I could afford them, I would be wearing them too. I shop at the local Walmart because that's what my budget dictates. But Meghan's budget does not dictate her going to Target. It does not. So why you mad? Why? It makes no sense to me. And this squatty that posted it said this: why does everything about Harry and Meghan becomes a topic of tense scrutiny for the UK media? No matter how trivial, nothing about the Sussexes escape their laser focus. Aren't the leftover royals frolicking in Scotland somewhere? Won't they like a little attention? Exactly. Exactly. Worry about that. Why are you worried about how much money Meghan spent on her outfit? Especially it's her own hard earned money. I remember I saw Nana one time. She was on GB News and talking about how much it costs for Meghan to get her pool clean. Hating on Meghan. For some reason, they cannot stand the fact that Meghan lives the kind of lifestyle that she does. It is ridiculous to me, but we all know those folks are ridiculous. All I can say is pocket watch the ones that you pay for. How about that? All right, y'all. I want to post this. I'm going to change gears a little bit, change the whole tone a little bit, and talk about Sadie Frost, her testimony in the case against the plaintiffs and the Daily Fail. And this article appeared in the Times. And the title of the article is Sadie Frost Leaves Court in Tears After Giving Evidence in Hacking Case. Yes, it was a hard day in court for Sadie Frost. It was. And this article goes on and says the actress said her ex-husband, Jude Law, believed that she was leaking information to the media meant our relationship was ruined for many, many years. Yes, these people created such a atmosphere of distrust even between husband and wife to the point where it ruined relationships. Sadie is up there in the witness box telling her truth, and she was just overcome with emotion. She was. It says Sadie Frost fled a courtroom in tears following emotional evidence in her privacy case during which she claimed the media had a price on her head. The actress began crying as she read the oath at the High Court on Monday and wiped away tears repeatedly as she talked about her marriage to Jude Law. It was a hard day for her. And this part right here, I'm sure it was so difficult for her to talk about. It says Frost 60 became overwhelmed as she discussed how her daughter Iris, then age 2, had chewed an ecstasy tablet after finding it on the floor of the Soho House Club in central London. They, the media, talked about it for ages and it was so humiliating. It made me so ill, she told the court. Can you imagine that? I mean, to go through that, that is something. That is really, really something. And I'm willing to bet that the Daily Fail showed her no mercy when it came to this. UK Swatties, if you remember this, please put it in the comments. and what you thought about, all this when it was going on. It must have been huge. It must have been huge because when they smell blood in the water, they make it huge. And for her small child to get her hands on this ecstasy pill and the fallouts from that, I'm surprised she was able to survive. I'm surprised she wasn't another Caroline Flack. I'm just saying. And the article goes on to say that after 30 minutes, she had to take a break. She could not handle anymore. And she is having to relive all of this. Why? Because a nefarious rag decided to just impose themselves and implant themselves in her life. It would be different if they were reporting on stuff that was in the public, but they were doing it in a nefarious way. I mean, in the most treacherous way that you possibly can do it. Hacking her phone and planting microphones in order to get private conversations between her and her husband, her and her friend. I mean, it is crazy. And these people expect no consequences? Stop it. And she also talked about how she would have conversations with her husband and articles would come out and it would be word for word what she has said to him on the phone. Yes, word for word. She said she recognized it as being word for word. Now, the Daily Mail lawyer, he was tough on her. He came back and showed her articles of comments where her mother, her sister, her father had been quoted in the article. And so her mother, her father, and her sister had made statements. And Sadie came back and said this: my mom was just trying to make everything okay, Frost said. She is trying to help her daughter, who is having a complete breakdown, and the press did not help. So their family was in a turmoil. Why? It wasn't because it was something that just happened organically within the family. No, it was because this rag had inserted itself in this family and was creating the chaos. Nobody trusts anybody. And her mom, she said, was coming out trying to protect her because she knew her daughter was on edge. She was about to have a nervous breakdown. She says she was having a nervous breakdown. She says she was having a complete breakdown. Yeah, so this is what this rag has done. And trying to play innocent, saying her mother, her father, her sister came out and said something. Well, they wouldn't have been saying anything in the first place if you hadn't imposed yourself in it and did all these nefarious things, creating all of the tension, creating all of the suspicion in this family. I have never saw anybody who tries to alleviate themselves from the blame when it is so clear you are the blame. And then it says some of the celebrities who have made witness statements on behalf of the claimants are not being called by associated newspapers for questioning in court. You know why? It's so many. And like I said, if Harry and these other plaintiffs win, it is going to open the floodgates. It is. I'm telling you, the Daily Fail is circling the drain right now. It is going to be hard for them not to slip down the drain. Now, the reason they maybe want to purchase the time is because of this, that they know the Daily Fail is going to fail, so they will have the times. Just a thought. But it is a lot of different celebrities, UK celebrities, because I don't know them. It was one woman saying that she got a illegal like lip injection and she had a reaction to it. And somehow they found out about that. and wrote an article called The Curse of the Trout Pout. Yes. I mean, it is crazy what these people did. And this other lady saying that she was married to this famous singer, and somehow they found out about their relationship and how he had kicked her out of the house, and all of this was information that they couldn't have found out unless they were doing it illegally. So she gave a witness statement as well. Like I said, you can go in the Times, the article is there if you would like to read it. But it is a good read. It is a interesting read, and it is a matter of fact type article, the kind that I like. Just tell me the facts, Jack. Yes, I don't want to hear the fluff. I don't want to hear the agenda. I don't want to hear the agreed on narrative. I just want to hear the facts. And that's exactly what this article did. So I was really pleased with it. And I want to put this up. Yes, our first lady, the showgirl, has her movie coming out Friday. I think it's Friday, at least in the UK. I don't know if it is here in America or not, because I don't care. But yes, the Guardian wrote this article about it. And all I could say is I had to get up off the floor after I read about it. And I'm sure you will find it amusing as well. This is what the Guardian said. It says only one ticket sold for the premiere of film about U.S. First Lady at View's flagship London branch as insiders question launch strategy. No, it ain't the launch strategy. It's not the launch strategy. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's not the launch strategy. And it says Melania's documentary struggles in the UK cinemas as View admits sales are soft. If you only sold one ticket, sales are not soft. They are non-existent. And this why they reposted that article from Guardian and said, someone said, I think the person who bought the one ticket thought it was one of her earlier films. Yeah, Google it. If you don't know, Google it. All right, y'all, I'm going to end with this because I read this and I said, this squatty right here nailed it. She nailed it because it just talks about how mediocrity is absolutely so offended by excellence. I spoke of this earlier in this podcast. This particular squatty posted this and said, watching mediocrity judge excellence is always grimly amusing. Meghan created, innovated, and earned her success, while the toxic British media and their royal family convinced themselves that doing nothing was a personality. Where is the lie? I mean, we see the evidence of that every day. They show up unprepared. They don't even know the people that they're going to be meeting. I mean, it is mediocrity on display each and every time these people are in the building. I mean, Katie has been around that family for more than 20 years, and she cannot tie together two sentences. Two syllables scare her to death. She can't handle it. She cannot make a 2-minute speech without looking at notes. I mean, the mediocrity is there on full display. But yet and still, they want to judge excellence. They want to critique excellence. They want to absolutely pick away at excellence. Meghan has to do everything at the peak of performance. But Kitty Cat can walk around and she can put out a video that she filmed a year ago of her walking and looking and looking and walking and crossing a stream, and then looking over the side of a bridge. And it is nothing but raves when it comes to that. Yes, it's article after article after article, but Meghan can knock it out of the park every single time. And they have nothing but critique and criticism. So, yes, I agree with this squatty so much. And that whole part about that's their personality. Let's not forget when Willie and Kitty went to the Ukrainian embassy where they went over there and said they couldn't help them, but they could give them a little smile and a wave. Y'all remember that? They really think a little smile and a wave is personality. And this squatty goes on and says, criticism from trolls armed with envy and zero accomplishments is just noise. Where's the lie? Because all of Meghan's critics here on these internet streets are losers. Well, a lot of them have been found now to have criminal records. Yes, these losers, they're just a bunch of losers hating on Meghan because their lives has turned out to be SHIT. Yes, a lot of them have records and broken families and broken marriages. I mean, these people are miserable, miserable. And all they do is sit around all day and find something wrong with Meghan. Yes, you must be a loser to have all that time on your hand and use it in such a horrible way. I mean, useless way, really, because Megan don't know who you are, but here you are hating on her and creating content about her, and she's living her best life. I'm just saying, but this particular squatty knocked it out of the park. It is absolutely true. It is very amusing to watch mediocrity judge excellence. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.